Great. Thanks, Mike. So today we'll be talking about how to UX your daily schedule. So basically applying a lot of the design UX principles, but for ourselves, for our own personal lives. And quick intro. So I am the one who Mike mentioned of in Singapore, 7 a.m. here. I work around user research, human-centered design, and always been interested in this intersection between design and well-being. So I think it's a pretty a novel way to kind of look about our own lives, because from a design perspective, it's the really the only chance where we're the user, designer, and product. So obviously introduces very different way to kind of go about trying to solve this design challenge. And so for ours for today, it's how might we shape the experience of our today to live with more intention and direction. And like any design problem, thinking about what are the constraints that we have to deal with. And with lives, we can think about typically we have 24 hours in a day, right? We have our job, professional obligations, personal and social commitments. Not really things we can design for necessarily, or we can, but we can't change the number of hours in a day. But everything else is basically up for grabs, right? So think about this as the life design playground, and this is kind of where we can focus our design efforts for our daily schedules. So how to go about doing this? Kind of three steps, as mentioned. So first is setting intention. Second is directing and designing your environment, and then third is reflecting and learning, kind of creating an iterative cycle to continuously do this each day. So for the first one, setting intention, not just what we want to do, but thinking about how we want to be each day. And this kind of goes into, outside of our constraints, we can't control all of our actions necessarily, but we can control kind of how we go about each day. And this you may have seen from other kind of UX projects, but kind of empathy mapping with yourself. So thinking about each day, what am I saying, thinking, doing, feeling, and then is that really mapped towards what my personal intentions are? Then once you have that kind of initial intention, that anchor, it's creating this environment tailored towards you. So this really goes around choice architecture. And you can see that there's a lot of examples of choice architecture for in terms of the design of cafeterias here where they put water bottles and things like that to help people drink more water. We can do the same thing for ourselves, right? So increasing, we think about less around willpower and more of, are we putting the things that are close, that we want to be doing more of, closer to us, and things that we don't want to do much of further away. So kind of increasing friction and flow in terms of our, the layout of our computer, our workspace, making sure it's really aligned to our intention. Then third is kind of reflecting and learning, right? So this is, each day providing a new opportunity to kind of go about doing these things. And this goes towards this idea of temporal landmarks, where we can think about today, this may seem familiar for people, setting intention for New Year's, but then a month later or, one day later, you kind of lose track a little bit. So kind of having an opportunity where we take this idea of set times in our lives, but doing it more iteratively. So it could be your birthday, could be the start of each season, start of every month, to kind of reset and recalibrate, and doing it quite intentionally so that it's provides that opportunity. So what could this look like in practice? Let's say to set intention, creating a daily to-be list, right? Today I want to be mindful, present, confident, directing and designing. So the choice architecture of even our phone and our screen, is our thumb closest to Instagram and apps we may not want to be on as much, or closer to, note-taking apps, things like this. And then reflecting and learning. So scheduling a calendar invite for yourself each week. So quick final thoughts. This a lot of information, but you are here, right? So the best day to start designing your day is today. So explore, design, think about different things you can change, because when it comes to our lives, how we spend our days is of course how we spend our lives. So it provides an opportunity each day to try something new and try something iterative. And yeah, that's my talk. Interested to see how you all design your lives. And if you'd like to follow up with me, give feedback, also just connect. I have a quick QR code here as well. So yeah, thanks for the time.
right.